Hey guys, it's been a little while. School's kind of hit me hard, just as it started back and everything, but I'm making a video now, so I hope you enjoy it. This is a big truck. It's a classic big rig car transporter truck. So I'm going to talk about the cab, and then I'll talk about the trailer later on. Part of the reason why it's been so long since I've made a video is because this truck took forever to build. It was not easy to make. The initial idea started with the grill. I don't know why I wanted to do it that way. It always gives it such a cool look instead of just the regular grill tiles. However, this was extremely difficult to make, and in order to get that perfect width. And speaking of width, I don't even know how wide this is. This is some odd number of studs wide. You know, it's like 4.5 studs wide. This grill is 9 studs wide. The fenders are 9 studs wide. The cab back here is 9, but this is 6. And then the gas tanks are tucked in a little bit, so it makes it about 7.5 studs wide. And the steps are all the way out here, which makes them 8 studs wide. The truck is all over the place. But I kind of wanted it to be that way. Reason being simply because it adds so much more realism to it. When you think about it, so many people are going to jump out at you and say, there's no way this is minifigure scale. Actually, it's pretty close. It's certainly closer than this. Come on, when you step up right beside a big rig, does your head come all the way up to the windshield? Probably not. It is closer if you step up next to a big truck that your head comes up to kind of like the beginning of the grill. Although you don't think about it, these trucks are absolutely massive. And of course, you know, because especially if you're in America, they're even bigger. In Europe, they're all the, cab-over truck designs. We don't see too many cab-overs here anymore in the U.S. Canada, we still see the more conventional design. So in the U.S. and Canada, this is kind of what you're going to see, not the cab-over truck design. So again, you can't, if you live in Europe, you probably really can't relate to what I'm talking about. But regardless, this truck is probably going to be pretty close to minifigure scale. I'm going to start at the hood section as far as building goes, because the hood section alone took 4 days. So this is what mainly made the truck take long. That. Now see, it was held on with studs. I took it off right before I started the video. So without that, you're missing a lot to it. A lot of the truck is gone. You only get the fenders. These fenders are sub-assemblies, and then they're pushed farther out on jumper plates. So that alone is already really weird. However, this is certainly the weirdest building. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there. Just to give you an idea, there was a lot of Lego geometry going on. I think it is this one by 4. Nope, maybe it's this one. Let's see here. Yep, that's it. Oh, dang. There it goes. But this slides out, so I built the grill in 2 pieces, one slightly thicker than the other. Building this took just absolutely forever. I did something even a little bit different with the headlights. Those aren't regular stud pieces. But anyway, this was the most challenging part of the build. I did not want it to be 4 studs wide. I did not want it to be 6 studs wide, so instead I planted it right in the middle at 5. And I did some sideways building, some upside down building. Not necessarily, I don't know if all of it was necessary or not. I think it was in order to get the shape that I wanted, and this achieves it. It just took forever to get to that point. The only thing that I don't like about it is that although it's very hard to see on camera, there it is. There's a hole right there. And again, I was able to fill in the holes with these pieces right here, but there is no, 1x1 bracket in black, unfortunately. As soon as the black ones come out, I'd like to get it to fill in that hole. But until then, I'm going to leave it as it is because it certainly does the job pretty well, and it goes right back on. And you never really think that it would have such a sophisticated building to just that hood section. But let's go ahead and move on past the hood because I've already spent too much time on it as it is. Quite frankly, the rest of the truck compared to the hood is pretty bland. You got a roof that comes off, and it has a brown bench seat and the impossible to see dashboard, but it just has a couple dials, speedometers, I guess, and a steering wheel. And then this roof comes off as well, but it also has just a bed and the chair. I didn't go all out on the interior. I just wanted this truck to look good, and you're only going to really see the exterior. So, yeah, although I normally go all out as far as interior goes, I did not on this one. I don't know. It wasn't as important to me on this one. Moving around back, you can see that the sleeper cab has actually been rounded off on the sides, just using some sideways building, and simple, very simple, but effective. And coming around back, you can see that this piece, we just recently painted my room, and a drop of paint from the ceiling came and landed on my truck. I don't know what the odds are of that happening. Of course, it had to be on a black piece. It could have been any other color, but it had to be black. I'm going to show you more about the trailer. A little word on the trailer. I had to take it outside because it doesn't fit on my table. I mean, it does, but it looks horrible, and it's very tough to see, as you saw in the beginning of the video. So I'm going to take you outside. However, just for that photo shoot, taking it outside, I had to make 2 trips because the truck with all the cars loaded, truck and trailer and cars, it weighs about 8 pounds. It's pretty beefy. So here you go. You'll have to forgive the fairly amateur pictures, and you'll have to forgive my cat who kept on cameoing in a lot of them. While I was building this truck, this was before I heard the news about Jimbricked. While I was building it, I kept on thinking to myself, oh, he might really like this. I was excited to possibly hear his comments, and then I heard the news. He will be missed. Chris, I am so sorry for your loss. I don't know if you're going to be seeing this video, but Jimbricked and I were as close as you could get through the internet. I didn't know him personally, but he left some very encouraging notes and comments on some of my builds when I was down about them, or even, just kind of bashing myself in a way through my videos. He was there and told me, no, these are still good. In fact, I'm going to build them and put them in my city. That was actually one of the things he told me. I'm going to really miss seeing Jimbricked on there. I'm glad, Chris, that you're still going to be keeping his legacy alive. I have been watching Jimbricked for years, ever since he was, before he was even called Jimbricked, and he posted videos about other people's creations. Then, of course, that channel got taken down for ultimately, I really don't know why. He still gave proper credit, but of course, it still got taken down for some reason. I don't know why, but I've been watching him for such a long time. I'm really going to miss him. But anyway, I hereby dedicate this truck to Jimbricked. I'm not doing this to be super dramatic, but he's somebody I'm really going to miss seeing on the LEGO community. Yeah, I'm just going to really miss hearing and seeing his builds. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Jimbricked, for all of the years of support and builds that we've all seen from you. You will be missed. I'm going to really miss seeing his builds. So, thank you to everyone who's watching, and I'll see you in my next video.